Let's get right into the markets. We saw the market down again today. Analysts are saying profit taking was massive today. Certainly, David, it looks like investors are satisfied with the profits they made from, of course, the Q2 expectations and the good results coming out and are sort of selling off their position. What's your take, David?
Thank you very much, Uche, and good evening. As a matter of fact, the rally in the equities market, which we have witnessed for the past 2 or more weeks, actually came to an end yesterday when the market lost about 0.77%. And today, again, the market declined very slightly by about 0.01%. And so it's not unlikely that as a result of massive profit taking by speculators that lashed into the market along the line, the market has actually suffered a serious fatigue, which has halted the bull run we have witnessed for the past few days.
Well, David, tell me more about the banking stocks, because we know they sort of have been driving those gains we were seeing in the market during the course of this week and last week. And in fact, looking at the banking sector, specifically its index, it's down about 2.33% this week. Give me a picture of how brutal it was across the board in terms of how much banks lost since yesterday.
Yes, just like you said, it was actually very brutal. The decline in the banking sector today actually took a toll on the market in spite of the rescue that would have occurred with the increase in the price of Dangote cement today. That was not sufficient to reverse the massive decline suffered by the banking sector, which actually came down by about 2.33%. Almost all the big banks declined today. I think it's only Fidelity Bank that gained about 3 kobo. Other banks, especially the major banks, First Bank declined heavily. GT Bank also declined for the first time after a long period of rise. And Zenith Bank also plunged today. Sky Bank, in fact, a whole number of banks declined today. And if you realize that the banking sector is actually the arrowhead that drives volume in the market, then you will understand why the bull run has actually suffered a huge fatigue. All the banks actually declined. I think speculators who lashed in along the line to increase the demand for that sector can no longer wait patiently for the second quarter results to be released for most of the big banks in that sector. And so they all started exiting, taking profits. And that is why that sector has suffered serious decline.
Well, David, still in the banking sector, we saw a corporate action today. We saw the final delisting of EcoBank shares. Give us a better picture of what happened there, because, I mean, people are asking what happened then to ETI, which has been listed on the market for a while now. Did we see a delisting of the shares? What exactly happened?
Yes, the existence of EcoBank Nigeria PLC officially came to an end today by his delisting from the daily official list of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And the converted shares were listed by way of subsidiary listing for EcoBank Transnational Incorporated today, that is ETI. And so all the shares that were converted from EcoBank Nigeria PLC to ETI were actually listed today under ETI. And so we no longer have EcoBank Nigeria PLC on the big board. We now have all the shares listed under ETI. That is what happened today.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that update. But David, let's shift our attention to other areas in the market, specifically Owando, the oil and gas sector. We saw Owando release their results yesterday. Tell us more about their stock performance after those poor results. I mean, people do say they expected Q2 results after the profit warning not to be so great, but we're hearing that that stock actually traded high volumes today.
Yes, very high volume was traded for Owando today. However, the price was not affected by the volume that was traded. I think perhaps a lot of bargain hunters were taking advantage of the beleaguered state of the company by virtue of the fact that the company couldn't pay any dividend at the end of its last financial year amidst the profit warning that was given, and the performance, the fundamental performance too, is also not giving the kind of encouragement for investors to pour in massively and try to drive the price of the security upwards. Okay. But I think that very huge volume was done on it today, indicates that investors still have confidence in that company, considering the fact that Owando is probably an indigenous company that is highly diversified along the value chain within the petroleum and gas industry. Okay. And so a lot of people still believe in the future of that company, notwithstanding the little hiccups that are affecting the bottom line of the company right now. Hence, a number of investors are still attracted to it.